Hey, what's up? Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Let me just open by saying that I really do enjoy being around people.
Sometimes.
I cherish and appreciate all of my allies so very much, as each of you essentially offers me a completely unique insight into the human experience, and I thank you for that. Seriously, thank you. Most would argue that the desire to be social is a fundamental aspect of being human. So it makes a whole lot of sense that the idea of being alone kind of has a bit of a bad rap. During the time of our ancestors and tribal social engagement, being alone or otherwise separated from the group or the majority would most likely result in death. It's speculated that although this is no longer a viable threat for us in the modern day age, our brains are still wired with the potential to view being alone with the same cautionary outlook. During time frames where I was unable to acknowledge the benefits of being alone, I would go as far as to say that I actually experienced a little bit of a fear of being alone. This fear would sometimes manifest itself in the form of actions such as slacking on objectives and responsibilities so I could hang out and avoid being solo, not attending events that I was legitimately interested in because I didn't have anyone to go with, hanging out with otherwise subpar company just to have someone to hang out with. In some cases, I would even experience anxiety or depression in scenarios where I was forced to be alone. Luckily, like all topics on this channel, you can likely get better at it by just practicing. So thanks so much for kicking it. Today we're gonna chop it up about the art of
solitude, the healing
Okay.
power of being alone.
The often overlooked truth about being alone is that it's actually just as important as our ability to be fun and sociable. Quality alone time provides us with a vital opportunity to analyze our inner state, and not to mention opens up the gates for some good old-fashioned self-love. Woo! It's been known to spark the creative flame, improve retention skills, and amplify focus. Oh yeah. And it's super fun. As far as what you do, your choice is the law of the land. You can do whatever you see fit and don't really have to worry about the concerns of other people. I personally have a little bit of an issue with this because when I hang out with people, I like to, make sure everybody's on the same page, keep communication going. So for me personally, being around other people can be a distraction as far as like, hey, you want to do this? You want to do that? How you feeling? How you doing? In my experience, being conservative with your time and spending the majority of it on yourself is probably one of the most effective ways of getting things done. When I say getting things done, I mean focusing on personal objectives, projects that you have on the table, whatever's going on is just making progress in your own reality. If something needs to get done, conserving your time is the best way to do it. Fantastic! So I encourage you, embrace the art of
solitude.
Damn. And remember, there's a huge difference between being alone and being lonely. Don't mix them up. Completely different. Make a choice to hang out with yourself, like a definitive decision. Don't let it be this dreadful thing that's only happening because you don't have any other options. Remember, the objective is to practice the art of
solitude.
Seriously? When kicking it solo dolo, focus on personal growth. Explore new hobbies and try and discover things that legitimately excite you. I know you have the internet, so that shouldn't be too difficult at all. Go to new and intriguing places. I personally have a strange thing where I like to go to museums by myself. There are some exceptions to this rule, but most of the time I go by myself. Nothing personal, that's just how I like to enjoy that particular environment. It's kind of like my thing. If you do experience overwhelming discomfort or even anxiety when you're by yourself, I would suggest maybe, this won't be the easiest thing to do, but I would suggest taking a moment to think or meditate on the source of this potential discomfort. In most cases, if you can identify the source of the discomfort, it's probably going to be something you don't necessarily want to think about. But it's important to be honest with yourself when it comes to self-discovery tactics of this nature. So it's up to you. So yeah, that concludes our brief talk on embracing the art
of solitude.
Thanks so very much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it, and I hope it happens again.